What's up guys, Brad from Team Broman here with another deck profile. Today we have Naturia, which, the mat I've had for the past couple videos. When we've decided to form the team, this is what deck I was using. And I never thought to profile it. I had to take the staples out to put in wind-ups. And I still need the tour guides for wind-ups. I have the rabbits now. So I just took them out just for the sake of this deck profile. So let's get this started. I'll explain each card as well. So of course, triple cliff. It's like having a triple Sanguine, and when he's sent from the field to the grave, you special summon a level 4 lower Naturia in face of attack position. Which this is very cool because if they're trying to OTK you, you can do cliff, they kill it, effect, another cliff, they kill it, effect, cliff, and then butterfly or something like that. His only problem is he does lose timing when synchro summoned or tributed, so that's really his only flaw. Next up, 2 Bamboo Shoot. A lot of people think this deck runs off Bamboo Shoot, which is kind of true, but if you draw 2, you're having a bad day. It's the only thing you have to tribute summon, and it is kind of slow, but once you get him out, you can play the game entirely back row, because they can't MST, heavy, anything like that, so you can literally sit on him. But he's 2000, so he can still get run over if they special summon. We have Triple Cherry. Cherry is mainly the tribute fodder for Bamboo, and it's great for synchroing, especially with Pumpkin here. When your opponent sends to the grave in any way, card effect, battle, whatever, you can special up to 2 in face-down defense from your deck. So this can also stop being OTK'd, that kind of stuff. But it's great for synchroing because you can set it your first turn, they kill it, bring 2 more out, next turn you can tribute for a Bamboo, or you can sync, whatever you want. Then, Triple Pumpkin. I used to hate him until I realized how much I love him. If your opponent controls another monster and you normal summon him, you can special another Naturia from your hand. So he can make instant synchros, basically, or instant exceeds. So you gotta love your Pumpkin. Then, Triple Cosmo Beat. This card makes people rage quit because they think I'm cheating. Straight up. It's when your opponent normal summons or sets a monster, you can special it from your hand. So if they go first, they normal summon like whatever they're doing and just special them in defense, and people freak out about that because people on Dueling Network are way too lazy to read cards. Next, 2 Mantis. First turn, I've literally won games just because of him. It's when your opponent normal summons a monster, you can discard a Naturia, and you can destroy that monster right away. So, and Mantis is also 17, so he can withstand a lot of attack. So, first turn, you could just lock them down, not let them do anything. So, you gotta love Mantis. The 1 Marin. It's like a baby recycler, baby pot of avarice. It's when you normal summon him, you can put a Naturia in your grave. And then once per turn, no matter what, however he was summoned, you can shuffle 2 Naturias from your graveyard into your deck and then draw a card. So he's great for recycling, and he's the only level 3 non-tuner. So he lets you get the odd numbers for the most part. 1 Butterfly, level 3 tuner. Once per turn, you can negate an attack by just milling a single card. So I told you the cliff, cliff, cliff butterfly combo works. That can stop 5 attacks. Also, she's 3-star tuner, so that can really help. Get Landoy's Black Rose at 1 Dragonfly. It is 1200, 400. Its effect is it cannot be destroyed by battle, by any monster with 2000 or over attack. So, and it also gains 200 attack for each Naturia in your grave. Late game, I have gotten him up to like 3000. So, he's pretty good to have and just sit on. The only non-Naturia in the deck, Fossil Dyna. It's when it's face up, neither player can special summon, and if it's flipped, destroy all special summon monsters on the field. So I don't like Cactus Bouncer because I don't think anyone doesn't have the flip effect, because they can wind up loop you however much they want, but as soon as they attack this, boom, field gone. So love this thing. Onto the spells, we have 2 swords. These monsters get run over quite easily, and then once you get it out, if you have like Bamboo or Barkion or Beast, they can't get rid of this, so they have no choice but to sit it out, which is really funny. Next, 2 1-day apiece. Sorry, camera went out of whack there for a second. 2 1-day apiece. These used to be dualities, but you know, not being able to special in this deck is kind of crippling, because a lot of time when you draw one, you get like that instra like Pumpkin, Cosmo Beat, that kind of synchro stuff, and you're just mad. So and also, since they most of them are low attack, you don't want to be taking damage. So 1 day apiece is great for that. 2 Smashing Ground. I don't really think this deck needs Soul Taker. It's, you know, not terribly competitive. It's just this deck beats competitive decks, I'm telling you right now. But Smashing Grounds just get by big monsters that you can't really get over, because even the Naturia Synchros are kind of weak. 1 for 1. This is great with cherries. So you can just normal Naturia, 1 for 1, drop a monster, special cherries, get like Beast first turn with chest down Zectors. 1 Leo Drake main. This also makes people really mad, I gotta say. It's your Naturia monster, face up Naturia monster, goes up to 3,000 attack, and its effect is negated until the end phase. So, in case you don't find this ridiculous, if you have Bamboo Shoot out, you can just normal like a cherry, bring it up to 3,000 attack, ram them, and they can't do anything about it. So, but you know, effects negated, it can be situational, but it can also just help you. You can suicide with Envoy, that kind of stuff. Staples. Now I am doing this one-handed because it's pretty early in the morning. It's like 8 o'clock in the morning, so I didn't really have time to call any of the guys over to help hold the camera. So sorry, this is gonna be a bit shaky, but really, if it's that big of a deal, I can redo it. Onto the traps. 2 warning. I don't also do judgment. I already don't like the warnings, because you don't really want to use life points in this deck, because you're going to be losing a lot if you get your monsters ran over, because they're tiny. But, you know, staple kind of thing. 2 compulse. Like I said, once you get Bamboo, Barkion, Beast out, you can play all back row. You can just sit on like compulses and the solemns, as well as bottomless and torrential. Now I have 1 Divine Wrath in here, which I don't know what it is. It's discard a card, negate and destroy an effect monster's effect. I just like it adds to the control aspect of this deck. It's a really fun card. And then 1 Trap's done, because while you kind of want to always have this if you're going to go for the big Synchro or the Bamboo Tribute. You don't want it to get run over. And then Mirror Force, like I said, playing back row. So that was the main deck. Already at like 8 minutes, so I'd like to get through the extra deck pretty quickly. So for 5s we have, okay, now it's out of order, not a problem. Naturia Beast is obviously negate spells. This absolutely destroys Zectors. Gotta say, the only way they can get over it is by taking the time to exceed into something bigger than 22. Armory Arm. You can go into 4s, not terribly often, but, you know, Cherries and Marin. Armory Arm on Bamboo Shoot is game, because they can't punch over it, and they can't use effects on it, so great. I think these are all the 6s, Barkion, Queen of Thorns, Gaia Knight. Barkion's obvious, the 6, Naturia 2500, which is, he stays alive pretty well. And banish 2 from your graveyard to negate a trap. And, you know, it's any card from your grave, so what good are spells after you use them? You can just banish, like, spells and that stuff. Gaia Knight, just kind of for a beater. Queen of Thorns, this card's hilarious. Like, everyone I know who I get this out on are just automatically pissed off. Each player must pay 1,000 life points to normal summon or special summon a non-plant from their hand. So, it's dick, gotta say. And she's 22, so if they want to knock her over, they probably have to go through like 2,000 or so life points just to do it. For 7s, Ancient Fairy, Landoise, and there's a Black Rose. There's the Black Rose. Black Rose, The nuke effect, obviously. It's a good rage quit kind of thing. Second effect, though, you can actually use in this deck, which is awesome. Oh, let me fix that. You can banish a plant from your graveyard, make a opponent's monster face-up attack with 0 attack. So you pretty much get an automatic 24 off of it. Landois, the other Naturia Synchro. He has the weirdest attack possible, 2350. But you can discard a spell and negate and destroy a effect monster's effect. So he can add to the lockdown aspect. And then Ancient Fairy is just a good 7, just kind of sit on. 1 Stardust. Only use 1 because 8, you do have to double Synchro. You're not getting this first turn no matter what you do. Well, not necessarily first turn, but in 1 sync you're not going to get this. So he's just sitting at 1. 1 Catastor. Just because if you can get Beast and Catastor out, you're having a good time. Bamboo and Catastor, that kind of great lockdown combos with this deck. Now, 1 Leviathan Dragon doesn't come out too often, but, pulling a big beater out. This is more of a joke card, but Gemini Pearl, the no effect Exceed, probably the most useless card in the game right now. But it's 26, so you can also knock over some of their stuff. Then 1 Utopia, just for blocking attacks. And then 1 Adrius. I mean, it only flies you over the 2 Bamboos, or also, I think you can exceed with the Synchros, but if you have 2 Bamboos out or something, and then you get one of the Synchros out, you'd much rather have the Synchros, trust me. Then you can just overlay for Adrius. So, that was Naturia, guys. Sorry again for the shaky camera, but, one-handed is kind of a bitch in the morning. But maybe I'll try to run these at locals, because they do lock down a lot of popular decks, which is hilarious, so I'll keep you updated, and see ya.